Hello, uh, I'm Dinesh. I'm I'm going to start this YouTube channel for teaching all 3D stuff, and I think I have some knowledge on Maya, ZBrush, Mori, Marvelous Designer, and what else? Keyshot and Rhino. So I'm going to be posting a lot of videos in my channel. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. So in this video, I'm going to teach Maya user interface, and I'm going to teach, I think there will be like 3 parts in this tutorial. The first part, probably I'll do 3, you know, because, in Maya user interface, a lot of people know the interface, but I will show you the easiest way to learn it quickly. So you can learn fast and you can become a greatest modeler in the CG industry. So um, this is Maya. I'm using Maya 2015, and okay, actually, yeah, this is a cool looking robot. And I made this for my Gumroad tutorial, but still I haven't published it because I have to do the recording yet, because I have to do my voiceover on my video. So anyway, let's jump on to this video. Okay, so this is basically when you open Maya, this is how it's gonna look like. And so to work on this working area in Maya, to rotate it, to rotate the grid, you just do press Alt and left mouse, and you just go crazy, go bananas. So to move up and down, so you hold on Alt. So make sure you hold on Alt and you click on the middle mouse button and you go up and down. So some people might don't know what is middle mouse, or because I'm just making this tutorial for beginners who doesn't have any knowledge on Maya or anything. So yeah, there you go. This is the middle mouse button. So when you click on Alt, you can go up and down. So to zoom in and zoom out, you go hold on Alt and right mouse, and you go scroll in and scroll out. So I'm going to make this tutorial for 45 minutes. So I'm going to be doing once a week, or might be do like 3 videos a week. So it's going to be like that. And I'm going to set a time so that I don't go overboard with it. So I have a tool called Free Alarm Clock, so you can download it. So it's 2:15, so 3. I'm going to say set to 3. So I'm not going to speed up these videos because I've seen like a lot of people doing it, but I don't know like any use for it. So I set for 3 p.m. and it's good. So let's go into it. So to zoom in and zoom out, so you hold on Alt, you click and drag. You just go front and back, front and back. So if you have some knowledge in engineering graphics, I did my engineering back home. I was from India, and I did my engineering, so I know what's a grid. This is like a 2-point perspective grid, or it might be 3. I'm not sure. So anyway, so there are 4 views in Maya, like 4 views. Like when I say this is a perspective view, so you can pan around. So if I press space, boom, you get these 4 pans, and you're like, oh, what's this? So this is the side view, and this is the front view, and this is the top view. So you can also, it says here like side, but sometimes people can't see it. But you can also change the background for Maya. So you just have to do Alt B. So B as in background, or Bobby, or ball, Alt B. So you keep on changing the background. So now you can see the side, the front, and the top, and this is the perspective. So why it's like people new to this, like like why I need this, and I'll show you something. So this is called menu. main menu in Maya. So I have a lot of tabs, but I think you don't this kind of tabs because these are like some plugins I have. So mainly you'll be working on polygons, and you can also work on curves, but I'm going to teach you guys probably like in another part of my video. So if I go to polygon, so this is sphere, and like if you go on a sphere, it's going to show okay, what it's called. It's called polygon sphere. Create a polygon sphere on the grid, and that what it does. So if I click on a cube, so boom, it's there. So now if you see, you can see the cube in all the views. The top view, I'm zooming in. It's the same thing. So to zoom in and zoom out, you just hold on Alt and you go right mouse and you go up and down. To go up and down, you just click on the middle mouse Alt and you go up and down. Same thing here, same thing here. But you can like do this one here because it's just the view on the side view. It just locked. You can move around. And if you want to zoom into any one of these views, so it's the same thing. You just press space. So if I press again, and it's gonna bring back all the views. So if I want to go on the top view, I'm just gonna go to this view. I'm gonna have my cursor here, and I'm gonna press space. So same thing. So we can go on all the views. So now, why it's used for? So let's say I want to do something on this side, the side view. So I'm going to be going here, and this is side view. So you don't have to select there. So if I select here, it's a side view. So let's say what's in the front. So this is the front view. So this is the front and this is the side, and the top view is this one. So it just like cameras on the top. So if I move anything, okay, before doing anything, so now we understand this is the side view. So Maya shows like perfectly the side view, the front view, and the top view. So before doing any manipulation on this cube, I'm going to show you there are 3 modes in Maya. It's called face, vertices, and what is the other thing? Edge. Yeah. So how to go to this like the modes. Like whenever you click on a cube, it's going to be in the object mode. There are 2 modes in Maya. One is called object mode, and other one is called component mode. So most frequently we'll be working on the object mode. So what's the difference between object and the component mode? So I'm going to show it to you. What's object mode and the component mode? So the object mode is default. Like if you see, like there's something called there are like 3 like arrow and a cube and a sphere. So that's object. Like it's default, it's object. Let's say if I am going to component mode, so it's go to component mode. So these are called vertices. So we can move the points. In Maya it's called vertices, or like in real world we call it as a point. So we can move around this point. Boom. And so you can click and drag vertices. So if I click once, so everything happens on the left mouse. So if I click once and drag it, it creates like a cube or like whatever shape you want. So if I select this, it selects that one. So if I click and drag this one, it selects everything. So if I click and drag this one, it also selects the bottom. It also selects at the back too. That's a cool part. Like when you want to select, oh, you can also do this and do this and do this and do this. So the component mode is like it for vertices. So but if I go to object mode, so it's like 1 geo. So you can do like 1 time, and it will be fine. So how to go about these modes? So what you have to do is like you have to click here, right click on the mouse. So you have to select the object or polygons. In Maya it's called polygon. So you can call it as an object or a geometry or geo. Like in CG industry they call it a geo, but you can call it as a polygon for time, like for for learning purpose. So if you click on it, if you right click, so you see it's edge, vertex, and face. So I'm going to go to edge. So edge are nothing but the lines which form the cube. So if I'm clicking here once, so boom. So I can click and drag, so I can manipulate that edge. So whenever you click on an edge, it's going to select that edge. You can also select multiple edges by holding on shift, and you can drag it. So I can select, everything. So as I said, like you can also select like that, but it's going to select everything because the edge is connected to that one. But if you want to deselect it, you have to press Alt. No, it's Control and boom. So it's deselecting. I'm going to show one more time. So I'm going to selecting all the edges. If I have to deselect all the edges here at the, which is for me the cube. So I'm going to hold on Control and I'm going to do this, deselecting it. So that's an edge. So I'm going to go vertex. So I showed vertex or vertices in the component mode. So this is the same thing. You just click and drag. So if you want to manipulate this point or vertices, so you can do that. So face or nothing but as meaning it means like if so same thing. If I right click, so I can go to any of this mode to manipulate my polygon or the geo. So I'm going to say face. So face is nothing but the cubes, like the cube it formed, but like the face is like the one side of the face, or this side of the face and this side of the face. So you can select any faces. So and you can also select multiple faces like this, and if you want to deselect, you have to hold on Control and let it go. There you go. This is cool. So once you get used to it, you'll do amazing things. I know. I'm pretty sure you'll do it. So now I'm going to show you how to do manipulation in Maya. Like when I say manipulation, transform. Transforms are like move, scale, and rotate. So these are three like operations that exist in Maya, which help you to do all the operations, like to moving the geo or the polygon. I'm going to say polygon. I'm keep on saying geo. No, I'm going to say geo. That would be easy for me. So I'm going to move the geo and every time. So to okay, so I'm going to go to this view, the perspective view. So I'm gonna clicking on this view and pressing space. So now I'm zooming in, zooming out. I'm pretty used to it, so I can do all this stuff. So but the background is a little dull for me. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold on Alt, change the background. So this is the background I like, like a gradient. I love gradients. I don't know why. Okay, so when you click on a geo, the basic manipulator is move. Like moving is moving my geo this side and this side. I can do whatever I want. So do you see these things? Like there's like a red one. Oops, the red one, the green one. So if I say it doesn't do anything in the move, but I'm gonna show you. Like when I go on the other series, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So there was also shortcuts for move, rotate, and scale. So W is for Wrangler or Willow or Willy. So W for move, E as in Elizabeth or Eli or elephant. So E is for an rotate, and R for like R as in Rossi or Rose. So R for scale. But is it like, I don't know, like Maya would have set a default things to R to rotate and E for scale, but I'm going to show it again. So like W for oops, I press something. So W for move, E for rotate, and R for scale. So I'm going to show rotate. So rotate is like you can. So if you see the yellow one, so if you do the click on the manipulator, and if you do the rotations, so this does the yellow one does in all the directions X, Y, and Z. So I'm doing Control Z, oops, Control Z. So there you go. So I went back. So I'm pressing E. So the blue one, it's going to be on the Z-axis. So if you don't know what is Z-axis, so if you see here, this is Z and Y is always up. So I'm going Z now. So when you click on one axis, it's going to change the color to yellow because it's showing Maya showing that, oh yeah, you just selected this one. So if I select this one, this is Z and this changed to yellow. And if I click on the Y, it's going to do the same thing. So if I click on this one, it's going to turn into yellow and it's going to do all, in all the views. So sometimes it's useful to, so if you click on it and you can rotate on that axis. So it will snap on that axis and it rotates on it. So the other thing in my cool thing about Maya is it's called channel box. What are the channel box? So the channel box shows, this is called world space. So this is called world space. So you can do like move around and everything. So see, like there's a value in translate Y, and I think I moved 0.05. I think my set to centimeters, so I moved 0.5 in Y. So if I change this, I'm clicking on there and I'm putting it, inputting 0 value, and it goes to 0. So this is like exactly 0, 0, 0. So if I move on Y, you see, boom, there's points. Sometimes I moved like 0.7 centimeter. So if I move on Z, it's going to do that. If I going to do on, so translate is nothing but all the moving values. So you also see rotate at scale. So it's the same thing. So if I'm going to rotate, and you can also select the transform like manipulators here. So if I'm going to rotate and I'm going to do the rotation, so it's see. So if I do that. So if I do it on Z, it's going to only do it on Z. So if I'm going to do it on Y, it's going to do it on Y. So same thing. So if I'm doing on, like this one, like in the outer parts, it's going to do on all the axes. So like it can be really useful when you're doing a lot of modeling, and I'll show you, how to do that. So the scaling is the same thing. So when you rotate it, I think my okay. So the scale is like. Okay, I'm going to show you something about world. Okay, I'm going to show it from the move. So I'm going to put everything to 0. So I'm going to show you scale, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So scale is nothing but, it's going to do the same thing. So if I'm going to scaling in Z, I'm scaling in X or scaling in Y. Okay, so whenever you have a manipulator, so okay, so if you double click on the panel, it's going to show the attribute editor, like the manipulator menus. Tool, okay, the tool settings. So if you see the move axis, it's in the world. So this is the world space. I can move however I want. So the object. So object is nothing but, okay, I'm going to show you so that you can understand. So the object is slightly rotated. So the move axis is in world. So it's going to be moving on this side. But if I want to move like along this axis, you put it in object. So boom. So Maya goes in that direction. Isn't it cool? So if you change the world, it's going to do the same thing. So if you go to normal average, it's going to based on the normal. So if I click on the face mode, I'm saying, oh, the normal is facing this side. So the normal is facing this side. So I can move from here too. This is the 3 things I usually use, and I don't use local or normal. So object, world, and normal averages. But these are really useful when you do a lot of rigging. But probably when I do a rigging tutorial, I'll show you, how it can be used. So I want to change this to, the normal position. So I can go to rotate, and I try to, okay, I'm trying to do it 0, 0, 0, but I couldn't do it. So instead I go to rotate Z and press 0. So I'm going to put 0, 0 there too. There you go, boom. Very cool. So the world, the world move, everything works on the same object, world, and normal average. So if I go to, but in rotate, it only works on local and world. Local is nothing but object in an object in move axis. Okay, I'm going to show you. So if I rotate this side, so it's in local now. So if you see the difference between the world and the local now, so the world, what it does, so you can rotate it, but like the axis won't, the manipulator doesn't align with the axis. So if I put it to local, it does. So it will be easy for me to rotate, really easy from that axis. But in world, you can do that. Like if you rotate it, see, it's messed up. So if I want to rotate on this axis, but I want to maintain this axis, but I want to rotate it, so you can rotate it, so it maintains the axis. But it's all this manipulators, move, rotate, and scale works on all the views. It's the same concept, the same thing. So if I go to rotate, and I can do same thing. But like if you see, like on the side view, you can only do two axes, like Y and Z, but you can't do X. But if you go on the front view, you can do X and Y, but not Z. But if you go to the top view, you can do Z and X, but not Y, because the view is like that, right? I think now you got the concept. So I'm going to put it to 1, so it says the same. So you can also use these manipulators, like move, rotate on all the modes too. So I'm going to show you, like let's say I'm going to go on edge, so I can move it, I can scale it, and I can rotate it. This side. Now you get the point. So it's the same thing. So you can do everything. Like even in face mode, like if you go, I can move it. I can, like you can't scale it there, but like you could scale this side and this side, and you can rotate it. You can move it. See, I don't know where it is. Maybe you can say like it's a. So like you can do like easy, like fast, like really fast. Like if you get comfortable with the user interface, it's really fast to do it. So even though scale, like see, like if I want to scale on this axis, that's where these things come along. So if you go normal average, so it's the face is selected based on the normal average, so I can scale down that side. Same thing here. Same thing here. Like if you go on move, okay, I can do it. Like if I go on normal average, so it's selecting the normals. Normals are nothing but the faces, which side it is facing. So I'm going to show you. If you go to display, polygon, and we have face normals. You can see it. Face normals. So if you see, these are the face normals. So see, it's perpendicular to that one. Oops. Come on, select. Oops. There you go. Okay, cool. Boom. So I'm going to go to polygons and face normals, very first normal. So now I'm gonna show you. So okay. So you guys like, what the fuck you did? Oops. So I said fuck. Sorry. So so if I select this, and you can, if you hold down Control Shift and right click, you can manipulate the views instead of going to the tool settings. So if you go to object, it's going to be object, and it's going to hold. Okay, so if I say face mode, I want to be an object, but normal average, so you can change like really fast. But I'm going to make a tutorial how to do speed modeling, like how can be really faster with the interface and like the shortcuts in Maya. I'm gonna show you guys, like don't worry about it. So it's gonna be really fun, and you guys will learn a lot of stuff, and you guys so when the first year I worked in a studio, I'm gonna say a story, and after that I'll jump in. So if you work in a movie studio, like you have to be really fast, or else like they'll let you go for sure. once you're done the project, they know that this guy is really slow and we have to let him go. That's where, like, I used to work with my colleague. Like, he's freaking fast in modeling. He can do everything really fast. Like, I was like, how he does it? Like, I'm a slow guy in my modeling team. So one time I saw him doing doing a modeling. So I was just sitting there and I just we were talking about something and he was doing modeling. Then I learned something, like he's doing a lot of shortcuts. So let's say if you want to move something, see, like if I want to fix something, it just goes and boom. So that's how it was, like really fast. I was like, damn. It's like I want to be really fast. So I learned like everything, how to do everything, in an easy way, so you can be really fast. So I don't want to be, I guess want to teach you guys modeling basics. I don't want to talk about any stories. Okay, so I'm going to show you now, like the other tools you can use in Maya. So I did this shape, like some random shape. I'm just moving the points, and if I go to side view, I can do. Okay, so this is called shaded mode in Maya. So if you see this cube, so if I click on this is wireframe. Wireframe is nothing but it's a transparent, but it's showing the object, like the geo. So if I go on, this is shaded mode, and I don't want to touch this. This is default material. Like I'll show you what's the difference. And this is wireframe on shaded. I don't know why it's not showing up on it. I'm gonna, let's see. Interesting. Oh, okay. Because I had this, both selected. That's why. So this is wireframe on shaded. So what this does is it shows the lines, the wireframe on whatever we make. Okay, let's say if I make a shape. So if you see, it's gonna have the line. So you have like a graphical representation of the object you made. So it's easy for you. Okay. So now you get, so you can go wireframe, shaded, and wireframe unshaded. Okay, so wireframe unshaded. This is wireframe unshaded, and this is shaded. So this is wireframe. So it should be in either one of the views. So you see, like this is called textures. If I have some textures, it's gonna show that. But I'll teach you guys later how to texture it. I love texturing. Okay. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do now. Okay. So it also have shortcuts. If you press 1, oops. So 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. So you'll be like, oh, what just happened here? So in Maya, there is something called smoothing. So whenever you press 1, it's in the default mode. If I press 2, it's going to be smoothing mode with the, how the object is formed. And if I press 3, it's a smoothing version, like how it's smooth. So when I say smoothing, let's say if you want to maintain the shape, there's something called insert edge loop tool. Where is it? Insert edge loop tool. Insert edge loop tool. Oh, no, mesh tools. So if I go and oops, so I'm going to mesh tools. Insert edge loop tool. Insert edge loop tool. I'm clicking on the option box. I'm resetting, and if I click once, and it's gonna create an edge along the surface. So I'm clicking it right here, here, and here, and here. So now when I smooth it, see? So what Maya is doing, it has algorithm and it just smooth based on it. So if I have, these are called supporting edges. Like I think like if you see any models, they will have some supporting edges to support the shape. So because this shape can be, smooth it, it's kind of like that. So I'll show the cube so you'll know. So If I smooth it, okay, look at this. This is called smoothing version. So okay, let's say if you want to, you want a perfect square. So I'm going to mesh tools, insert edge group tool. So I'm creating a support edge. Okay, so I'm to show it, like I'm going to do a supporting edge on top and bottom. So when I smooth it, if you see, you made a cylinder, because the supporting edge only worked on the top part, the top and the bottom part, but it didn't work on the other parts of the cube, other faces of the cube. So if I'm going to put a supporting edge now here and here, ooh, look at that. This is like a polished cube. But like still, if you see, here it's sharper, here it's sharper, but like here it's smooth. Why? Because there is no supporting edges here. So if we put the supporting edges there, boom! Isn't it cool? I love it. So this is fully polished, smooth cube. Awesome. Okay, that's that's a concept behind smoothness. So I'm just okay. I'm gonna show you how to delete the edges. So if you want to, so if you click once, it's gonna only select that edge. So if you double click on it, it's gonna select the entire edge. So I hold on Shift, right click, delete edge. So you have to say delete edge, because what happens is if you go to vertex mode, okay, I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna select this edge by double clicking and press delete. So now if I go to vertex mode, you see still the vertices is there. So this might cause a problem for us. See, I created like a crappy shape. See, like there's a dent. Like if you see, if I go to, I'm doing Control Z to go back. So Shift, right click, delete edge. See, this is smoother. So you have to be careful when you delete edge. So you have to go through that. So I'm going to do the same thing. So you can create shapes like that. So if you want to make this shape and you want to maintain this shape and you have to model from this point, so what you have to do is go to mesh and smooth. Boom, there you go. Now we have the shape. So you can do whatever you want with the shape. And I'll look like a Eskimo house. How is it right? Eskimos? I think so. So in Maya, like whenever, so I'm going to show you the smooth option so you can understand better. I'm going Control Z. So I'm going to smooth. Like you see, like a small, like a checkbox. So whenever you click on it, the options will show up. So if I'm going to smoothing option, so these are some of the algorithms Maya's. These are two algorithms. You can Google it, but it's unnecessary. So you see this division levels. So this is like how many divisions you want. So this is 1. You see, like there are only few lines. 2. So if I go 2, nice. But still, I'm getting the edges. So like you only want smoother, go 3. Oh, look at that. Like it's pretty cool. So if you want to go smoother than that, right? Perfect shape. Perfect. So that's how it works. But in movies, they go higher subdivisions, whereas in game, they go lower subdivision, because like game works on an game engine. So it's gonna freak out if there are a lot of polygons. So we discussed this stuff, that stuff. Like, so now I'm gonna, okay, so before, like whenever you want to create, like whenever I click a sphere or a cube, it just pops up here. But how do I do that? So if I go to create polygon primitive, so do you see, I think like in some of your Maya, this might be checked in. So if you click a cube, oops, when you click cube, it gives like, drag the base. So I'm dragging the base and setting up the height, how much I want, I'm letting it go. So same thing with the sphere. So I'm clicking and dragging, wherever I want, but it doesn't create exactly in 0, 0, 0. But still, you can go to your like Control A to get your channel box, and you press 0, it goes there, and you press 0 and translate. So that's our interactive creation. Like even for the cylinder, you drag the base, how big you want, and oops, drag how big you want, and pull the height. Like you can go down, I go up, go up, go up. So there you go. So I can put it to 0, 0, 0, so it's on the whole space. So and the other thing in Maya, whenever I create a geo, do you see like there are inputs? You can change the inputs. So you can type in the value, let's say 1. So it gives a radius of 1 centimeter. And I, let's say 3. Oh, there you go, 3. So the subdivisions are nothing but this cylinder is made of this many subdivisions. There are 20 subdivisions. So let's say 36. So there are 36 subdivisions now. And subdivision height is nothing but how many the lines, like the subdivision height, like from here to here. So if I change it there to, I change the radius too, that's fine. So 3. So 3 is like 1, 2, 1, 3. Oops, and 4, 5. You see, like, it changes, but you can also manipulate these values by holding on middle mouse. So if you click and drag, so you see like the 2 arrows shows up. So you can go, you can make like a polygon subdivision height, and the cap is nothing but, okay, I'm going to show you cap. So cap, this will be really useful. So if I press 0, it's going to give, which is not a connected cylinder. And like you manipulate height, so you can do with all the geo. Let's say so I don't like this interactive like creation, so I usually uncheck this so that when you click on it, it's there. So you can also manipulate the cube from here too, like a width and height and depth and the subdivision width and subdivision height and subdivision depth. I'm pretty sure that this will be really boring, but you guys want to be learning. I'm going to show you a lot of cool stuff to do. I love making robots, so I'm going to show you guys how to make robots. So you guys will have fun for sure. So this is how you make an object. This is a perfect cube. So if you smooth it, see, like it has like enough the supporting edges. So when I smooth it, pressing 3, it's gonna, it will be a smooth cube. So you can also use cone. You can also use planes. Planes are awesome, so you can make a lot of stuff with it. So let's say I'm gonna make something like, oops. So there you go. Like there's this sci-fi floor right there. But like, see, like sometimes when I make something, it kind of looks smooth. There's an option called normals. So if I go here, if you unlock normals, it doesn't fix it. You go normal, odd and edge. Now it looks like a sci-fi floor. What's happened is, like, I think whenever I create something, it just softens my geo. So there is soften edge and odd and edge. So if I odd and edge, it's gonna show how the geo is created. Like let's say if I'm going to soften edge, see, it gives a look like, oh, it's like a smooth surface. this is what they do in games. So they make something like this and they soften it, but it works mostly on the characters than the art surface. So I'm going to normal art and edge. Now it looks fantastic. So I'm selecting these edges and I'm going to do it. So cool. So you can go to vertices and you can make like cool shapes. Like I'm inserted some loop. Move this up. Okay. So before doing it, there is a powerful tool. I think it's widely used in all modeling tools. It's called extrude. Extrude is nothing but as a name, as the meaning. Like if I go to mesh tools, edit mesh, extrude. Well, I don't know what the fuck it happened. Okay, so I'm going to phase and I'm going to extrude options. Whenever you do something, do the reset settings and click apply. I don't know what happened there. Okay, cool. My extrude is freaking out. So the other way to go about is, so if you click on a face, so it also works on edge, but it does work on vertices, but you won't use it. So to get the extrude option, you click on the face and shift right click, extrude face. So I can move this side or move this side or move this side, or you can also change the manipulator from the bottom part, but I need from the face part. So do you see there's a cube here? If I click on that, you can if I click on that, you can scale it. So if you click once, it changes yellow, so it only does on that axis, because on the z-axis it won't do anything because there's nothing to scale, because this is a pivot point for us. So I can move, scale. So if you click on this one, it's gonna change to the rotate option. So you can rotate it. So if you go to move again, so until you click outside, there you go. You create a shape from that shape. So I'm just going back. So let's say I'm going to extrude the whole shape. Like if I see like this is a pretty cool shape, so I made a shape from just extrude. So you can do a lot of stuff easily. Like let's say I want to extrude again. So hold on shift, right click, extrude face. There you go. Let's say you want to scale this down, so you just go to scale tool and boom, there you go. So this is a cool shape we made now. So sometimes unlock normal works, but still my shape looks really smooth. So I'm going to normal art and edge. You can also do art and edge on certain face. You can do that too. So extrude, it's awesome. So you can also extrude an edge. So I'm going to show you how to extrude an edge. So you select an edge, extrude, boom. You can also move, and you can also go extrude again. And this time, I don't want to be extruding from that angle, so I clicked away once, and still you have this edge selected. Oops, I want to show you again. So if you see, I want to move this edge on this axis. So you go change the manipulator and you just click and drag. So if you want to do something from the normal angle, or you can do like something like that. So you can like move it. So there you go. Is that cool? See, I kind of made like like a wing. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do mirror in Maya. and I'm going to show you how to snap this to a world space. So I'm going to this view. If you see there, and this side is not same as that side. I'm pressing space. I'm going on the top view, and I'm going modify. You see the pivot and world space, but I want this to be center, so it's centered to that one. So I'm moving to world space. It doesn't matter, but I'm doing it. So I'm just moving this side, so it's kind of like exactly in the middle. So sometimes you don't know like how to find the middle part. So what you have to do is go to mesh tools, insert edge tool option box. You see multiple edge loops, so click multiple, use equal multiplier. So what it does, it exactly calculates. Let's say I'm putting like I don't so it exactly snaps in the middle. So what it does, it calculates between this edge and exactly creates something on the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on the face mode. I'm going to select this part, delete. It's very easy. So I'm going to make this shape as a wing, just for fun. So now I want to mirror this. But like if you see, it's not exactly there. How do I change the pivot point? And the pivot point is right here. These are the pivot points. So if you press insert on your keyboard, this is going to change something like that. Now you can go here and you can manipulate. Oh, I can put the pivot point exactly right here, and it's not going to work like until you're a Zen. You can do it like for sure. Like you have to zoom in like like a million times to do that, but the easy way to do is you press V as in vertices, and you snap to the any vertices like anywhere, and you press W again and it changes. Now what I'm gonna do, I can easily I can do it there, but still it doesn't snap exactly in the grid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold on X and I'm gonna snap it on the grid. So V as in vertices and X to snap on the grid. So now what you can do, if you go to mesh, oops, oh, my alarm is on. I think we are done for today, but I'm going to show the mirror, then I'm going to go. So mirror geometry mesh, if you go to mirror geometry, so if you go on this on X, so it's going to be on the so if you see it's kind of like put on the other side, because this is positive X and this is negative X. So if I'm going to positive X, I'm click apply, so boom, so I got that shape this side, and so it's merging with my original geo, so I'm going to take it off. So if I press this, oops, wait a second, why is keep on joining it? I don't know, I think there's a glitch or something. Apply. Oops, I don't know, it's supposed to have a different two different geos, but it's not doing it. I don't know why. So you can also do it on Y, apply. So I can't see Y because the Y is on this side. So the mirroring happens exactly on this point, like on this pivot point. So if we go on Y, so it's going to happen on that point. And if I go on Z, oops, it should be in object mode. So Z on this side. So if I go on minus Z, it's going to be on that side. So boom. So now you get mirror. But I think like in Maya, I don't like mirror because in a way it's kind of like you're too fixed. The easiest way to do is, what I usually do is I put the pivot point exactly in the center and I snap it to the grid, and I go edit, duplicate. Where's duplicate? Oh, or else Control D. I change Control D, and you go to scale, and you click and drag. But you don't know where to stop. Just like what I'm gonna do now, like I have to eyeball it? No, it's easy. So I'm going to do it again. So Control D. If you do that and you say non-object space scale breakdown to the components, because we are doing it in world space. Before in Maya, in earlier versions, it was easy. You can do in any axis. But recently they changed to you have to do it in object mode. So what I'm going to do, the scale I'm going to do in object, and I'm Control D, and so still I'm not sure. I can do it like close to this grid, but I'm not sure this is exactly perfect shape from this point. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do going to the channel box, Control A, and you see all these values. Everything is like kind of like messed up, so I can't do anything with it. So I'm going to delete. I'm going to show you again, because that's an important concept. So if you see, if I select all this channel, like this geo, it has like all these values, because I want to mirror the shape exactly in the -1. So I'm going to do Control D. I'm going to modify, freeze the transformations. What it does, it puts everything to 0, 0, 0, freeze everything. So if I'm going to scale and I'm going to do this, and you see scale axis, if I say -1, this is exactly mirrored on this side. But the only problem is it's black, Dinesh. Why is that? Because the normals are flipped. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say, okay, before in earlier versions of Maya, like you have to go to normal reverse. That will fix the problem. But in 2015, what they did, if you go here and you go freeze the transformations, it gives to 1. But if you're using earlier versions of Maya, so you have to, what you have to do, you have to go to modify freeze transformations. But oops. Oh, I'm sorry. Like if you have earlier versions of Maya, you have to manually go and do like, even though if you do freeze transformations, it goes to 1, but still the normals are reversed. But in 2015, it changed. The normals, you don't have to go and say reverse. If you don't believe me, just try. So this is how I mirror it. I don't like go and do on the mirror geometry in Maya. I hate it, but I just do it this way. This is easier. You can also do in any other axis. I'm going to show you on y-axis. So it's the same thing. So if you want to do on y, so to change the pivot point, so I want to change it from this point or this point, doesn't matter. So I'm holding on V and I'm snapping it to this vertices, and I'm doing Control D, and I'm going to scale it on Z. So now if you see, I'm going to change it to -1, and I'm going to modify freeze transformations. Boom. Isn't it cool? So if I want to mirror this side, Control D, go there, -1, modify freeze transformations. Boom. So you can do in any axis, and you have to do it in X, Y, and Z. So you can do, like, the concept is you have to get used to the pivot point. So instead for changing the pivot and to snap it to the vertices, so you hold on V, you can snap it to any of the vertices by holding on to V. So from that point, you can duplicate it and mirror it on any of the directions. So pivot points are really important. So okay, let's say actually you can also, if my pivot is here, so I can hold on B and I can snap it to this vertices, or this vertices, or this vertices, or like here. So you have to hold on V and you just snap it. So you can also turn on the wireframe unshared to see where you can snap it. Let's say you have some this is somewhere here, so you just hold on to B and you can exactly snap it there, or snap it there, snap it there, snap it there. So it's easy to do it. Okay guys, anyway, today I'm gonna take off and I have to do a lot of work, so I'm gonna come back tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'm gonna continue with this tutorial. I'm gonna show you a lot of tricks and everything. Please like my channel and subscribe to it, and have a great day. And if you have any questions, you can feel feel free to ask. I'm gonna answer a lot of questions from like the beginners. Like if you have any questions, if you want to focus on anything, or if you didn't get any of the concepts in Maya, like what I show you today, or if you have any, you're a beginner or intermediate, if you have any other doubts, you can ask me anything. I'll happy to help you guys. Anyway, peace out. Have a great day.